Okay, let's start recording. Waiting for everyone else. I think I got your guys' homework, so good. Um, hold on. Yeah, pull up the slides and stuff. While you're at it though, take out your homework. Let's go over the black and white book page 19 through 20. So let me just transition. This is still unit 4. Okay. What was that, Leon? You need 1 minute? Ian, I can't see you, but do you have your book out? Yes. No.
Yes.
Good. Okay. If y'all have your book out, then I don't have to screen share, right? So, I mean, unless if you need me to, just let me know. But for now, let's just do some verbal exercises and stuff. Uh, so let's go to section 3 on page 19 at the top. 보기와 같이 알맞은 것을 골라 쓰세요. Choose the correct item as shown in the example. Like last time, it's just process of elimination. It's literally almost like a multiple choice, basically. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So
What
for the
page was
first
it?
one, what was that?
What page was it?
19 through 20 in the small black and white book. Does that make sense? All right.
Oh, wait.
What was that?
19 through 20?
Yes. 1, 9, 19.
Okay.
I'll get drill started. All right. Okay, so oh, Eden, since you're on the page, so let's go to section 3. Let's go to the first problem.
Okay.
A, it says 시험 잘 봤니? Eden, what is your
우려 올까 걱정했는데 쉬웠어요.
어려울까봐
쉬웠어요.
걱정했는데 쉬웠어요. What does that mean? What's the first sentence mean? 시험 잘 봤니? What does that mean in English? What is she trying to ask?
Did you take the test?
No, it's not did you take the test. 잘 봤다. What does 잘 봤다 mean? Yeah, I'm still on
Did
you.
you do great in the test?
Yes, so it's not asking did you take the test, it's asking did you do well on the test, right? So the answer is 어려울까봐, 뭐뭐을까봐 걱정했는데 쉬웠어요. I was worried that it was going to be difficult, but it was easy. 쉬웠다. Okay, so let's go over to number 2. 2A. 왜 그렇게 큰 소리로 말해? Why are you talking in such a loud voice? Leon, what do you have for that answer?
Wait. Oh, 잘 안 들리니까 바그랬어.
Okay, so what do you think that means in English?
No.
Yes. If I call it on Eden, you can do it. It's asking. Look, 왜 그렇게 큰 소리로 말해? So why are you speaking in a loud voice?
I can't hear you well.
Uh,
That's the reason why?
yeah, but 뭐뭐을까봐 is like, since I was worried that, or I was afraid that you wouldn't hear me, and that's why I spoke in a loud voice. So yeah, you got the gist of it, but if you want to be really specific, it's like, because I was afraid or I was fearful that you weren't going to listen, that you couldn't hear me. That's why I spoke in a loud voice. All right. Ryan, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So we are going to be, we are on page 19 to 20 in the black and white book, which is the small one, obviously, 3-2. We are on section 3, the top part, the top half. we just finished questions 1 and 2. Now we are going to go over question 3. So question 3A asks, 옷을 왜 그렇게 많이 입었어요? 옷을 왜 그렇게 많이 입었어요? Why are you wearing a lot of clothes? Let's just assume that he or she is wearing not just a lot of clothes, but just a lot of layers. So this probably has something to do with maybe he or she is a little bit cold or the weather is cold, right? So maybe find an answer choice that relates to that. So Ryan, what did you have for number 3? 3B. Read the answer choice.
I have the book.
You don't have the book. That's fine too. Cool. Hold on. We're gonna have to do this the hard way, but it's okay. Wait, hold on. Wait, I think I can do this. Okay, so we did this. We had process elimination. What is the answer to number 3? I kind of gave it away, but go ahead. Read the answer choice.
I had 4.
You had 4. Okay. So you had 4, right? You had 4. So you had 4 down here. Is that what it was? So let's just go over that. 마음에 안 들까봐 걱정했는데 다행이구나. So if you think about how that's structured versus what it actually asks, 옷을 왜 그렇게 많이 입었어요? Do you think that answer choice directly addresses why he or she wore that many clothes?
Oh, wait, I thought we were on page 20.
We are on page 19.
Oh.
Top of page 19, section 3. Question 3.
Then I had 2.
Read what?
I had 2.
Read it.
날씨가 추울까봐 많이 입었어요.
Good. Perfect. 날씨가 추울까봐, because I was worried that the weather will be cold, I wore a lot of clothes. Makes sense. Kind of like a cause and effect relationship here. It's more of like I'm kind of fearful, I'm afraid that because I was worried that. That's what 뭐뭐 을까봐 is relating to. And that's kind of the general meaning of the grammar. Now let's move on to page, we're still on page 19. Sorry about that. So we're still using the 을까봐. We don't have a word bank this time. So let's hear from the answer choices that you put. So let's start off with Leon. Number 1. 왜 우산을 가지고 왔어?
날씨가 흐려서 비가 올 것 같아 가지고 왔어.
Okay, so this is where I think you went. There's a saying in high school where you overthink it and it's bad. So this is what you said. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you said, nope, sorry. 비가 올 것 같아. Is that what you said? So one thing to keep in mind here, 올 것 같아. If you just said this, you spaced it out properly, this would make sense. But you were trying to use this, right? So you were basically mushing 2 grammar portions that have different meanings and you put it together. And it don't really work that way. So it ended up sounding really weird. So making simpler, remember it's 비가 오다. So if you add the conjugation, you would get this. 비가 올까. That's it. If you said that, I know you're trying to say that it's likely to rain, 올 것 같아서. So if you said it like this, 날씨가 흐려서 비가 올 것 is I kind of spelled that wrong, but forgive me about that. 가지고 왔어. Now this grammatically doesn't make it doesn't sound right. It would work if you said it fast, but it don't really sound right. But I think this was what you're trying to aim for. But then again, you should look at the this grammar right here, the ulkaba. So be careful with what you are looking at. Does that make sense? Okay, so this should be the real answer that you should have put. You did a good job. You just you overthink it, and that's how you ended up with a very you kind of went overboard with the grammar. So this is what you should just have. Make it simple, make it short and sweet. That's it. No extra credit for doing a little bit more. But good try though. That's something that you should learn from now on. Number 2. 내일 약속 기억하고 있지? Let's have Eden. Let's have you do number 2B.
기억할까봐?
Read the whole sentence.
당연하지 기억할까봐 메모도 했어.
So let's break it down. 내일 약속 기억하고 있지. 내일 약속 기억하고 있지. So that person is asking you, or the B person, are you you remember like tomorrow's plan, date, or whatever. And then 당연하지 means of course. And 울까봐 is kind of like literally means like afraid to, or because I'm fearful that. So he's saying here, X, I'm fearful for X, XYZ. I even, wrote it down, memo. I even wrote a memo about it. So if you said 기억할까봐, meaning that basically saying is, you're basically saying this, of course. Because I'm afraid to remember, I even wrote it down. And I think you used the wrong verb there. It should be because I'm afraid to forget the event or tomorrow's plan. That's why I put the memo down. Does that make sense, Eden? Yes, no, maybe so. So it would be 잊어버릴까봐. 잊어버릴까봐. That makes sense? Hello, Eden? You there? Yes. No, maybe so?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now, move on to number 3. 일기예보는 왜 계속 보니? So Ryan, you didn't do it yet, so you can go with 3B.
주말에 놀러 가기로 했는데 날씨가 안 추울까봐 걱정돼요.
Really, I have nothing to correct about. So, I guess the one thing I would say, Ryan, is when you speak, and this is kind of like related to all of you sometimes. Sometimes you see like these 2 syllables right here, right? Sometimes you mush it together too much. What I mean too much is whenever we speak dialogue in English, right? Sometimes we slur the words a bit. I can't really think of a good example off the top of my head. But when I start talking really fast, like, hey, what's up? How you been? Like, what are you doing? Like, blah, 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 blah. You start to lose clarity of some syllables. Like sometimes when we say what's up, we just say what's up. even though like that may not be the trend at the time, but sometimes we slur those words, right? So I think it's the same thing when you speak Korean too. When you speak faster, you're most likely not going to have clarity in each syllable. However, since you're speaking, Ryan, at a generally slower pace, I think you should have a little bit more clarity in your tone. So you said 주말에 놀러 가기로 했는데 날씨가 안 좋을까 봐. So I know I'm trying to force you to be slower, but even when you say it a little faster, because this is how you sound. You sound like 좋을까 봐. So I listen to it and I kind of know what you mean, but it would be better if you said 날씨가 안 좋을까 봐. And I added a little bit of emphasis right here only because I don't want the other person to think that I'm saying something weird or I'm saying it without confidence. And that's why we have some clarity in dialogue. And especially because y'all and you too are like, you guys are learning the basics right now. You need clarity in order to move on to the next level of vocabulary and grammar and stuff like that. So when you say 날씨가 안 좋을까 봐 걱정돼요, next time be like this, like 날씨가 안 좋을까 봐 걱정돼요. So I still said it at the exact same pace as you did, but I added just a little bit emphasis on the second syllable because of clarity and to reassure me and you that you understand what you just said. Does that make sense? I know that's a little tough because we're doing it over Zoom. Not the best way to speak into a mic. I totally get it. It sucks. I don't like it either. But just for clarity purposes, even in life too, when you speak to a teacher in English, you don't want to start slurring your words out of nowhere because then your teacher's going to be like, excuse me, what? You don't want that awkwardness to happen. So in order to avoid that, clarity, 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 clarity. Okay. Now let's move on to page 20. This is another like multiple choice type thing, right? So let's go to, so we're on top of page 20, I believe. Same example, no, sorry, section 5. Let's go to question 1. Eden, let's have you answer 1B. 요즘 축구 교실에 왜 안 와?
Wait.
Yes, I'm waiting.
Okay. 병이랑 게임하느라고 잠을 늦게 잤어.
I don't think that was right. They said 1. So, oh wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it's they don't the answer choice that you said, Ina, doesn't really correlate because it's saying that why aren't you like coming to like soccer practice, and you saying because my brother and I are playing games, we slept late. It's asking why you didn't come, not why you slept late. So two different answer choices don't really correlate. So in this case, number 1, 병원에 다니느라고 못 갔어. Because I've been going to the hospital, I couldn't attend soccer, whatever. Okay, moving on though. Let's have Ryan, let's have you at number 2. 눈이 아주 빨개, 잠을 잘 못 잤어. Now this may be the answer choice that Eden had. Who knows?
형이랑 게임하느라고 잠을 늦게 잤어.
Oh, sorry. 게임하느라고 잠을 늦게 잤어. Good. Now, Eden, you see the difference here? It's saying 잤어, 잤어. Look at this relationship right here. So it's asking, did you not sleep well? And you're saying, and the answer choice is saying, I slept late because I was playing games with my brother. That's there. So pay attention to that correlation. Number 3, we go to Leon. Third. No.
Alright, I can't hear very well. What did
Okay.
you say?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just do number 3.
Alright. 날씨가 추워서 옷을 잘 날씨가 추워서 옷을 갈아입고 늦어서 정말 미안해.
왜 이제 안 오는 거야? 오래 기다렸잖아. 날씨가 추워서 옷을 갈아입고 오느라고 늦었어. 정말 미안해. Now pay attention. 늦라고. It's basically not really an excuse, but it's a reason. The grammar is used to make up a reason of why you can't do X, Y, Z. So it's saying here, 왜 이제 오는 거야? Like, why are you coming now? I was waiting for you for a long, I was waiting. And number 4, even though it's a long answer, let's break it down. 날씨가 추워서, because it was cold, 옷을 갈아입다. Remember, 옷을 갈아입다 means to change. 옷을 갈아입고 오느라고 늦었어. So since it was cold, because I was, changing clothes, that's why I was late. And 정말 미안해 means I'm really sorry. And that is pretty much the best reasoning anyways, even though like if you did process sum elimination, you came down to the last answer choice number 4, but it makes sense. Okay, so let's move on to the next section, section 6. Here we go. 뭐뭐 느라고 again. Now you have your answer choices. Let's go with Eden again. Number 1. 주말은 잘 쉬었어요?
Wait. 아니요. 가족들과 대중소를 읽느라고. I couldn't do this one that well.
Okay. Was there any other examples that you couldn't do? Is there any example in this section that you did that you're confident about?
No, they're all wrong to me.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just do the first one then. 주말은 잘 쉬었어요? 아니요, 가족들과 대청소를 뭐뭐느라고 바빴어요. So I would say 하느라고. Perfect. That's what it was. So 대청소를 하다. If you don't really know the ending verb of like a thing, just say 하다. Normally, it's probably gonna default to 하다, but sometimes it's not always the case. Like 먹다, 치다, 오다, 가다, right? But sometimes it says like 대청소를 하다. So, if you just knew the verb, let's just say like you did 하다. If you add plus 느라고, you get 하느라고. Remember, take out 다, add 느라고. Stem changing. That's it. Simple conjugation. Okay. Does that make sense, Eden? All you're doing is you're just taking out this, crossing out that,
Okay.
adding this, and then it's this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not as complicated as it should be. You just need a little bit more practice. That's all. Number 2, Ryan. Actually, no. Let's do Leon. Sorry. I'll have Ryan. You do the last one. No, you can do number 2. 주말에 잘 쉬었니?
Wait, me?
Yes. Number
I was
2.
confused with the names you would continue to say. Alright.
Sorry, my bad.
아니요, 어제 강아지가 아파서 병원에 다녀오느라고 못 쉬었어요.
You said 다녀오느라고?
다녀오느라고.
Good. Perfect. 다녀오느라고. Sometimes you can get away with 가다, 가느라고, but 다녀오다 means to come back from the hospital or like going to and from the hospital. So this is probably the more formal and also the more adult level term. It's also like the most professional sounding, I guess.
My mom gave me tips.
What was that?
My mom gave me tips. I was confused on this one.
Good job. Good job. I don't really have anything else to say about that. That's good. So, 다녀오느라고. Remember, 다녀오다 plus 느라고, take out the 다, and then you get 다녀오느라고.
Always corrects me. So I added all the things she corrected to me and I got that.
Good job. No, that's good. That's good. You know, obviously, there's going to be times where you don't get the help that you need, but you know, thankful that your mom helped you out. Good job. Let's go to number 3. Ryan, you can take the honors for the last one.
사진을 찍어줄 사람이 없어서 내가 사진을 찍느라고 나는 없어.
Yes. So it's asking like, why don't you have a picture? And it's basically, the response is saying how, like, basically like, he's been taking so many pictures and he was, you know, taking pictures for others that he doesn't have time and he doesn't have pictures for himself. 찍다, take out 다, add in 느라고, 찍느라고. Okay? Pretty simple. All right, it's 8:28, so we had about like 25 plus minutes of study. Let's take a 7-minute break, come back at 8:35, and let's start with some Quizlets or whatever. Okay, I'll see you then. 7 minutes.